Welcome. It is Friday morning here in Albany, and so excited. Howie Hua is in the building, and we're really looking forward to this experience. So excited to see what he has to share with us today.
Absolutely. That's time. Yeah. And it goes on. Something that's greater than nothing. Oh yeah, it's a learning experience.
Yes.
Low pressure, low pressure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Volunteers are helping us
No,
out.
I appreciate that.
This is an opportunity to supplement, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't worry.
No, thank you
Feel
so much.
close, but if you feel you need anything,
No, I
you
appreciate that.
can't be as involved in it as I
No, you don't need to. No, I'm good and working with what we have and gonna be fine.
This makes me so happy to see
Yeah.
you and see
Yeah, yeah,
everyone.
I'm excited.
Listen, he's got to look good.
Oh yeah?
He's got to look good.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yes, you do.
Hey, when I call out the regions,
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you for.
Do you think you can count on a woo woo from
I
him?
mean,
Andy,
let me think.
I don't know if
Huh.
I'm that person.
Huh.
You want that whole person to come out here. I'm here.
Paul's over here. I'll get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoop, whoop,
Whoop,
whoop.
whoop.
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you nice sword?
Thanks.
Never refuse. But it's in the absurd, so they would like love that. I love that. Now I'm glad to make it on my pressing and make my own little threads and t-shirts. Like that. It's great. All right, Gene, I'll let you know. I'll do it.
Let's go.
I saw it from. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Picking up the audio. So exciting.
Yeah, for sure. For I'll see it. Well, I don't like that part. So.
Well, we will probably hang in one big call.
Yeah. It's general.
Jimmy. just to make sure that those feet is my right now.
We'll make sure it's all.
I was wondering, I have such a weird question. I'm sure the answer's probably enough. I screwed up and I grabbed the wrong piece to try to tap directly into the speaker microphone. This whole audio into my behind. It's
Can you so not a big one, so even that to me in
Oh
there.
no, that's all right. I
It's not any of that stuff, but I feel
She was amazing.
it's actually
I think they just dropped it off.
attached and so totally fine. I'll ask. Thank you so much. And if the answer is no, that's okay. It's my fault.
Like an online.
Yeah, Jordan, are you getting weeks in the city? Check, check. Check, check. Thanks. How long is this session? So we're done?
75 minutes.
Okay. I just was looking at the battery life that it's got 3 hours on it. So
Yeah. And
which one like send? Turn it in there. There's a big 1 hours. Like that stage room. Stage room. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Freaking I was looking. There's like a viewer seat. Yeah, it's all. There's this and everybody so yeah, but actually and the pals too. Yeah, here's one, yeah. Okay. Yep.
Still fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, for sure. Except mine.
No, but you would want your computer's not going to take an HDMI in.
Oh, that's right. I've got my mini pro upstairs, but
Okay.
that's okay. We don't have time for that. No,
If you have your Mini Pro, like get that going.
I that's that's
Maybe for the next session.
exactly tomorrow.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
So something. I call my doctor. The damage very unsafe that I was wondering how I'd feel this morning at 8 a.m. And I feel good now that I see you all. So first now, I want to welcome all the regions. If there's a meeting out there, I really want to see how she is in New York State, just neutral pole here. So if we have anyone who has the balancing energy at 8:15 a.m., I don't think I'll find it. Region answer. Region, I see one region waiting. All right, we know what's coming next. I hope I got the good order. Region B. Well done. Region C. No one's coming.
Any checkpoints, anything else?
Sure. Email the master.
Is there like a
First annual competition, we win it
behind
by
me?
singing through the
Yeah, okay.
jump up here. If it's not known, we have our meetings up here for New York State. This is an organization that has districts, and within each of those districts, you'll have EDR. And that EDR can help you. We can ask you questions. They were the leadership of madness, and used by extension state ed, and we use the power of our teamwork to get things done. If you don't know me as teacher, then spend my term as president of madness. But it's not, guys, this. We have some meetings, I want you to put it down, if you haven't already put it down on your calendar or your schedule. We have elementary, high school, middle school, and college level meetings. They're in the program, they're correct. Dan will wave his hand if I need to change anything, but he's the master of, the entire conference here. He put this together, so let's give him hands today. Yeah, I need that from here today. I would just need that from that one today. I was fun to hear how I, with some special people. All right. I served, but many, many years ago. So, yeah, I was just thinking, how many elementary teachers do we have said that? There is a number, you usually have a volume down, so let's see if our middle school teachers could be more. Yes, that's good. Good school teachers. And that's more, oh, college. Very clear, very. All right, school leaders, the school leaders. OCs. All right, please. That was all up. Please, teachers. All the advocates. And then my favorite Adams volunteers. Most of us, including myself, are volunteers. How about those volunteers? Oh, great. So we also have Atlas leadership here. We have the executive board. I would like to recognize any of our past presidents, and DSA winners. If you're a past president or DSA winner, can you stand up or raise your hand? That's good. Conference, you'll see our next, we have assembly members and assembly and business meeting coming up later today. We have a conferences throughout the year. So if you come to our fall conference, you'll see advertisements for our regional and affiliate conferences. I hope you've heard those. They're across the state. A lot of them are in March, so it's nice to have it coming to a fall conference or spring conference. You want to check out those. There's many sessions here today. You all see them in the program. Let's go through everything we have. So that one go. All right, there's no more need for me to talk, which is a good thing. I'm looking for how. And yeah, we got big. Okay, this is great. All right, again, thanks for coming to the conference and take the short presentation for me is the best one. So here you go, Dan.
Hi, everyone. Like G said, I'm Dick Toon. I'm the Vice President and Conference Chair. I would also like to welcome you to the 74th Annual Canvas Conference. It is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker this morning. Our speaker is a math instructor at Fresno State, where he teaches math to future elementary school teachers. He's on a journey to show students that everyone is a math person. In 2019, he was awarded Outstanding Lecturer for Fresno State's College of Science and Math, and in 2024, he was awarded Fresno State's Provost Award for Outstanding Lecturer. He has given talks to organizations from 21 states and 4 countries. He was the closing keynote speaker for this year's NCTM annual conference. One can find him on social media, sharing math explainer videos, teaching tips, and math meetings. Please help me to welcome Howie Hua. Hi everyone, how are you doing? Give me a second. So I was talking to someone a couple minutes ago. I'm like, can I say hello New York? Well, I know we're not in New York City, but like, how do New Yorkers like to be called? What do you say? Like, hello? You don't. So before I start, can you talk to your partners just in case you don't know each other? Say hi to each other, and if mixed travel wore a pair of pants, how would they wear it? One, two, or three, right? So take about 30 seconds. All right, raise your hand if you say number one. Number one, raise your hand if you say number one. Keep your hand raised if you want to share. So why number one? Why the first one? Well, for one, you wear shirts, and then your shirt on the top of the floor. So you don't have a whole the outfit. You were the first person to say that the one should have a shirt on. Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna agree a lot in this session. This means I agree. So thumb out, pinky out, going back and forth. That means I agree. All right, raise your hand if you say number two. Number two. Number two. Keep your hand raised if you want to share. Okay, I see you in the back. So why number two?
But it was a whole value. So it's like all of that quantities. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's number, right? Singular, so one pair of hands. What about number three? Number three. Raise your hand for number three. Keep your hand raised if you want to share. All right, we have you.
Well, there's three parts, so they need three articles of clothing to cover each part.
Three parts, everyone deserves a pair of pants. Great. There are no wrong answers. It's just a good conversation starter, so highly recommend this as a conversation starter. Hi everyone, my name is Howie Hua. I teach math to future elementary school teachers at Fresno State. And you can find me on social media. If you want a copy of the slide deck, just email me at hua@csufresno.edu. This is the first game that I share with my students. I say, where is your relationship with math? Frame one, two, three, or four. And I get a lot of ones. And I'm like, okay, hopefully you can move to frame three by the end of this course, whether you're pondering it or not. So we surveyed 100 math teachers.
Top 6 answers are on the board. What is a common response when you say, I am a math teacher? Talk to your partner. Sorry. That's fantastic. Can I hear 6 responses? 6 responses. So hopefully someone over here. Yeah. I'm not very good at math. I think I agree as in like that I'm not good at math, but like I agree that that's a common response. Great to hear that more. God bless you. I all right. Yes. You didn't make the top. Let's go. Things that are if you don't need your hand right, Mr. What? Yeah, there you go. That person. I am not a math person. And one more. Yeah. We just said physical distancing. Physical distancing, right? So my title of my keynote is making a better marketing team for math, because whether we like it or not, as math teachers, we are marketing this subject. So I share a lot on social media. People like to do math. So what can we take from social media and bring it back into the classroom? So I'm going to talk about how infomercials work and what math engages people on social media. So what can we learn from infomercials? 2 Decembers ago, I saw Dan Meyer talk at CMC North, and he's very big on if math is the aspirin, what is their heading? So he showed us some infomercials and why they work. And I'm like, that is so cool. I'm going to make my own math infomercial. So here is my math infomercial. Let me the sound, sorry. Hopefully it's not too loud. You can agree to the mic work. I need to see the number of people like to work. Well, when you like this, what is it? Distributing the feelings. What would you see? After the next hour. And if that is the whiteboard, we get ritual amount into the whiteboard. So because 2 is divisible by 4, we get a number is divisible by 4. You got it. That's easy. This works because 100 is divisible by 4, and every 100 is divisible by 4. That's why you don't have to worry about that part of the check to see if the last 2 digits as a whole number is divisible by 4. Wow, thank you so much for showing me the full commercial narrator. I just gave you all the information from the game. Try to read it with a you will. And then you look through it and see the number is divisible by 4. Okay. But again, one of the first things I think about when creating a lesson is what is that heading? What is the aspirin for? So the heading is doing long division to see if a number is divisible. The lesson is the divisibility rule of 4. So next week, that is the aspirin to some heading, kind of like what I just did. So think about what you're teaching next week. What is that the aspirin to?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Thanks for just having a little issue with the camera. We'll get that up as soon as possible.
Super confident. What are you teaching next week? That's the acronyms from some headache. Yes. And say what grade.
Hi, I teach like next week I'm teaching graphing. It's the has for instance of equations.
Do you know how much of a pain it is solving equations? You could just graph it and say, look, the answer's right there, right? All right. Fuck. Yes.
We're on the lesson count one, and you're learning how to find the slope from 2 points. So I teach them visually on the graph so they can just see the stair steps.
Thank you so much. All right. I also talked to a third grade teacher. What's your name? Courtney. We were talking about the distributed property that she's teaching next week, like 3 times 10 plus 12 or 10 plus 2. Maybe they don't know 3 times 12 yet. Distributed property can help them. I know 3 times 10, 3 times 2. I can put that together. Yeah. So let's talk about what math engages people on social media. I noticed that people like sharing. I really like going around to different places, taking pictures to bring back into the classroom. I took this in Morro Bay, California. How many small squares are there, and how do you count? So take a couple seconds by yourself. How many small squares are there? There are 25. Can you talk to your partners how you counted?
Big spot. Here. Thank you.
one, so I just saw that as 4. Then I saw there was 5 underneath, and I could see that the 5 underneath, there's 1 on each side, so that'd be 7 in the center, and then you double. Wow, love it. Thank you so much. Anyone else do the same thing? Great. Can I hear 2 more? I want to know the definition of small square. Oh yeah, because people can say like, what about like a 2 by 2? Does that count as a small square? Yes. So each of those small tiles, you have a way of that's fun. Thank you. Okay. Fun. Yes. Sorry that.
First, I saw a grid of 16 by like turning my head and looking diagonally, and then I thought 16 wasn't enough, and I realized there was a grid of 3 by 3 and 16, and like just like that.
Did we all see that? Can you turn your head 45 degrees one way or another? Do you see a 4 by 4 square, and in it is a 3 by 3 square in between? And we have 3 squared plus 4 squared equal 5 squared. Pythagorean theorem. One more way. No. Let's get here. One more way.
So I went by column, so the middle column had 7, and 2 5s, 2 3s, and 2 1s.
Thank you so much. I posted this on TikTok around 2 years ago, and someone shared that if you take the top, bottom, left, and right ones and move them to the corners, we get a 5 by 5 square, which is 25. Do we all see that? Top, bottom, left, and right, move them to the corners. 5 by 5 is 25. This is the first mathematical activity I do in my courses because I could have said, how many small squares are there? And you all said 25. I could have said, great, y'all have the right answer, let's move on. But we miss out on all of the cool ways of seeing math. So something that's obvious to you may not be obvious to someone else. So please share throughout this course. So that's why that is my first mathematical activity. All right, now we're gonna get a little more interactive. I need one brave volunteer, one brave volunteer. Awesome. We have you, can you be in the middle? And everyone else, can you stand up and go to the nearest corner? So stand up, go to the nearest corner. Yeah.
Must be something that's really funny. Is there something that's not working good?
On the
I love it.
going well. The audio will be
That's a lipstick.
no, this is going really well so far. Yeah. Just a few seconds away, but it's trying, it's taping, so it'll be good.
Read, they're really good at the All right, so your name and all. Jane, awesome. So raise your hand if you've done which one doesn't belong before. Great activity. I like to switch it up. 2, convince the person in the middle why yours is the best. So I just made this one 2 weeks ago. Fractions, decimals, percents, and ratios. So what you're going to do, each corner is representing, so you are fractions, you are decimals, you are percents, you are ratios. Could you take 3 minutes out of this? There's always have ratios. One person is relation to the player.
We do this relationship because we are science. It acts like my when you still teach also. You design right. These are oh, you gotta keep yes, don't hear. No, it's how something compares to something else. Well, so after there. It goes back to the analysis. So with ratios is fine. That's not narrow up in the process. And they're all like their game with sense speech.
Or something.
That's fair. Right? You know. It's hard to speak. It can help them move that big indexes about that set up in some. Okay, let's go talk. Just thinking of enough that it's protection. It's fun. And, but, that statement right there, here's one.
Farm senior living. Farmer senior living. It's got a chimney.
That's the numbers. That's
Where's that chimney at? No, you said, see how it's burnt.
It's that Jimmy Soul.
Oh, no, he the chimney. You have to work.
Yeah. You got your whole face right now, right there.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm actually trying not to do that to you. Chris.
Wait, oh, she said it did great. It's still tough. I'm gonna get it. It's still. Sure, Shannon.
That's revenue.
Yeah, great. She will knock him out.
Uh-huh.
Trish, go.
Yeah.
Go, Trish. Trish, go. Trish, go.
Like percent spreadsheet, everything. Everything. It's all like it's we own it. So we gotta see it. Sorry. Out there. You go hide in the bathroom. Should I please runs keys? So it's my I recommend for sure. Keys or car keys. Where somebody with that shirt has car keys at registration. I would recognize that shirt. This is not a Yeah. So I don't know. I just recognize that it's on a keychain. Fractions that represent the same decimal, for example, like you get to in another direction. We have all the things that have high closing fractions, high fractions, high is one, whatever, so you don't have to like that's about it. And we're Hey, I don't know that. Right. That's right. Right. We are the best. These communities. It's what our units calling. So it's there. And this is the calculator and the first and around. No, look there. Sorry, it's run the shifts. So he's there and you drive breakfast, right? Yeah. Oh, it's like, well, so. Yeah, like, I don't feel good for you know, it's like the whole sugar makers. So, wait, too good. It's like, we need to have things ratio, tangents, some investments, the rational numbers. We do both. I would get comments. Here, I'm going to. Decimals are just it's slow. So one number. Ratios.
That's also 100. So no offense.
Yes.
We're the easiest variable ever. One common denominator. Where am I getting?
Don't have one, have it up there. They're very exclusive there.
Again, 100.
Let's go. Okay.
Okay, so with ratios, we are inclusive. We are the relationships of mathematics. So not only do we have just two numbers, we can compare part to part to whole, part to part to part. We don't have just two numbers. We actually can be used to find fractions and percent and decimal. Oh, here you go. Ratio.
Well, I know I told you going and I had a little bit of a bias, but that bias then got tilted, because I think mainly the part when the decimals talked about like using the calculator and the common denominators.
Yourself, so yeah. Yeah. That worked. I just got all it's something fancy to fire it up. I did forgot about them. I should make them to be my dress sleeve. So I think I was like, I need something to go underneath. Highlighting again.
It's still as well. I had one student in the middle say, I picked this corner because they were the only corner that looked at me when they were talking. Because everyone else was looking at me, the teacher, and not them, the student, the person in the middle. So I really liked it. And you know, Aaron's done greater convincing people that practice on that. So love it. So I know a lot of you raised your hand for which one doesn't belong, and you've done this. I really like turning it into convince the person in the middle why yours is the best. All right, I noticed that people like things to be easier. I know that people will disagree with me on this, but I think a lot of math is about efficiency. Like we learn multiplication because repeated addition stuff. We learn because repeated multiplication stuff, right? You're in efficiency. Oh, I don't think rather than doing substitution or elimination, you can just grab and say, look, the solution. So I really like doing math tricks as long as we explain why things work. I also like to share that math is a study of patterns because that's all it is. So whenever someone says I don't feel comfortable with math, I don't like math, I just say math is a study of patterns. Let's practice finding patterns. So let's combine them. So this is one of my favorite mental math tricks, squaring numbers that end in five, but rather than saying how to do it, I tell students, I did this like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Here are some squares that end in five. I underlined those first two digits for a reason. So what's the relationship? And use that relationship to find 75 squared and 45 squared. So let's take 3 minutes. What patterns do you notice? Use those patterns to find 75 squared and 45 squared. The number in the tens thing, if you multiply it to the next consecutive number, you get the first two digits. So 3 times 4 was 12, and 8 times 9 was 17. So on. So can you tell me 75 squared? 75 squared would be 7 times 8 is 56, 5,625. Great. Thank you so much, Gina. All right. And can you share what you did?
Sure, what I did, I took the first number and squared it, so like 35, I squared 3 is 9, plus 3 is 12. And then it ends in 25, 5 squared. So the second one, 65 squared, 6 squared is 36, plus 6 is 42. And then ends in the 25. 45 squared would be 16 plus 4 is 20, 2, 0, 2, 2, 0, 1, or 2, 0, 2, 1.
Great. Thank you so much. Alright, and then we look for triple digit numbers. Let's do 105 squared. 105 squared. That would be what? Take a couple seconds. 105 squared. Let's still do everything but the 5 at the end. 10 times 11 is 110. And then put that 25 at the end. So 11,025 it does work. Now, of course, why does it work? Math is not about, it's about understanding. So, do we agree that all of these numbers are of the form 10n plus 5 times itself? Yeah. So, when we distribute and then factor, do we see that relationship? We see that it always ends in 25. And with Gina's way of 3 times 4, 10 times 11, but when we distribute it, say your name in the back.
Suzanne. Roseanne.
Roseanne. If we distribute it, you see that 3 squared plus 3. That's from the 3 squared, and then add the 3, the 4 squared plus the 4. So we can see the relationship between those two ideas. So one of my favorite math tricks. Did you know you can subtract left to right? So I learned this from James Tan around 8 years ago, and it blew my mind. He's very big on just do something and then deal with the consequences later. So let's try it out. 83 minus 16. 8 minus, let's go left to right. 8 minus 1. 3 minus 6. This isn't 7 minus 3, it's 70 minus 3 because we need to consider place value. So it's 67. Do 362 minus 175 going left to right with your partners? All right, so 3 minus 1 is 2, 6 minus 7. Negative 1, 2 minus 5 is negative 3. This is a 2 minus 1 minus 3. Consider place values. 200 minus 10 minus 3 is 187. When I am doing this for the first time, this is very much shorthand. So I would like to say, rather than 3 minus 1, I think 300 minus 100 is 200. So write 200 minus 10 minus 3. So I would still write it in a column rather than 2 minus 1 minus 3. So they can see 200 minus 10 minus 3. I recommend this for 7th grade when they are doing integer operations. But I have heard 3rd grade teachers say that 3rd grade students understand this. And it really emphasizes place value. Right? It isn't 2 minus 1 minus 3. It's 200 minus 10 minus 3. Not always the most simple, but I like to do it just because it feels like I'm a rule breaker, even though it's totally completely mathematically valid. So just in case you didn't know, you can absolutely subtract left to right. Raise your hand if it's your first time seeing this. Awesome. Can you see yourself teaching this to students? I will not be offended, by the way. I did not make this up. But can you see yourself teaching this to students? Feels like a rule breaker. All right, I need 2 volunteers to come up with their phones, with their calculators. I'm going to show you my favorite math trick. So two great volunteers. You don't really have to say anything. You just come up here and just bring your phone. It's really okay. Don't share that. Oh, pardon. All right, come up here. Come up here. Yeah, I'm up here. All right. Yes, just a calculator. Say your name.
Shelby,
Shelby and
Nicole.
Shelby and Nicole. Awesome. Can you go on my laptop? I'm not going to look at the screens, okay? You're going to be my eyes. Shelby and Nicole. Shelby, can you write a double digit number for number one? So write a double digit number on number one. Give me a thumbs up once you have it. Shelby, okay, thank you so much. Nicole, can you write another double digit number for number two? Another double digit. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add in a Fibonacci-like sequence. Okay, so if we were like 10 and 20, the next one would be 10 plus 20 is 30. So you always add the previous two terms to get the next term. Do it for two terms. So if it was 10 and 20, it would be 30. 20 plus 30 is 50. 30 plus 50 is 80, and so forth, right? Shelby and Nicole, do we understand? Awesome. So give me a thumbs up once they are done with 10. You're going to see total, don't touch the total. So have the previous two terms to get the next term. They're adding the previous term to get the next term. Is that okay? Don't worry. They add the previous two terms to get the next. Okay, but use all factor points, all factor points. Everyone can be. Okay. And they didn't have the full, right? Okay, so what you are all going to do is you're going to add all 10 of these terms up, and I bet that I can do it faster without a calculator, and you can all use your calculators. Obviously, don't start yet. You don't get it. Okay, ready? We're going to add all 10 terms on the calculator app. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. It is 6,760. Come on. Hold back to that.
Like seven,
Wow. And then 6,765? Awesome, great. Can you give Shelby a full round of applause? All right. Do you want to know how I did that? My favorite math trick. Okay, so it was Shelby first, right? Okay, did I know what Shelby was going to pick? No, so let's call it a variable A. Did I know what Nicole was going to pick? Let's call it B. What did I tell them to do? Add them. A plus B. And then we add the previous two terms. So what's the next one? A plus 2B, and then 2A plus 3B, and then 3A plus 5B, 5A plus 8B, 8A plus 13B. We see some cool Fibonacci happening right here. 13A plus 21B, and then 21A plus 34B. The total was once again 6,765. Okay, what did I call them to do? Add them all up. So how many A's, how many B's? There are 55 A's and 88 B's. So what is the relationship between the total and one of these terms? Take a couple seconds. What's the relationship? So which of these terms? Which number? The seventh term. 5a plus 8b times 11 is the total. 55a plus 88b. Do we all see that? So all I did, I just went straight to the seventh term, multiplied that by 11 to get the answer. Right? I didn't care about their first digits or whatever. Totally okay. So all we have to do is look at the seventh term multiplied by 11. Do we know the trick for multiplying by 11 in your head? Just in case you don't know, all you do is go left to right, or sorry, go right to left, and add adjacent digits. So for example, with 234 times 11 ends in a 4, 3 plus 4 is 7, 2 plus 3 is 5, starts with a 2. So we go right, left, add adjacent digits. And we can see why this works with a standard algorithm. Because 11 is just 10 and a 1, right? So we can see on the right, we're adding adjacent digits. Do we see that? So with our example, that was, what was it, 615 times 11? It ends in a 1 plus 5, 6 plus 1, starts with a 6. Easy as that. But what if we have something that's adding to greater than 9, like 46 times 11? It ends in 4 plus 6, 10, right? Is 0. Keep the 1 in your head. Does it start with 4 now?
So it's like 5.
You have to add that 1, so it's 5. So you have to do some carrying for. So just in case you didn't know this, just try it for 1 minute. Just try multiplying by 11, triple digit numbers, double digit numbers. Just practice it for 1 minute. When I showed this trick to my students a couple weeks ago, someone said, "Oh, that's where we," because like they didn't know that you can multiply by 11.
So, you learn me? Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's we have to break down. Yeah. So like so change it. That's cool. Yeah. You get that actually. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So there's a prize involved. This one, so you have to write it down to that too. That's how many people share the same birthday as someone else in the group. Not that you yourself are a twin, but rather how many people have August 10th birthday? How many people have January 5th birthday in this group? Okay, so blank set of twins, blank set of triplets, and so forth. We're gonna get, or you're gonna get, and then we're going to figure it out.
It's not great.
Blank set. Wait, send the spreadsheet, and then we have a new paper. Right.
There's none on the top. Quiz construction.
All right, for you, right now, here's what I need to know. That's number one, people. You put. Right, September, what are you doing? It's Charlie. Yes. Listen. Better. Something not permanent. Or this. You're. You're going to. I'm like. Like months ago. Months ago. Yes. Yes. White chocolate. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Sorry, too.
Three sets of twins, one set. Two.
One for good.
Wow. Wow.
Three triplets, two twins.
August.
5 twins, 1 triplet.
Two triplets.
Oh, 2 triplets.
September.
We had 9 sets of twins and 1 triplet.
Wow.
October.
4 twins, 1 triplet.
November. December. If for half, if you are going for liver planners, take a selfie, email it to me after.
Yes, it's our rest of our crew has. So we regularly talk about. Getting by. Trying to get back.
I'm totally in your way,
No,
Emma.
no, no, you're good. You're good. Thank
I
you.
wish I was, but thank
Family. Yeah. I put like thinking in there. Probably what I would like to do. Really fun. That's
You. Same birthday as someone you never. Only 23 people.
That's correct.
Raise your hand if you have more than 23 students or 23 or more students. So there's a chance that someone shares the same birthday as someone else in that birthday. Just find the 36. So you watch the industry. 4 of twins, 36 students. Granted, one of the only is that well, we are doing that birthday thing, uniformly distributed, and birthday, third of February, and birthday. Well, that's just focus there. So now, they have a 64 out of 3 chance they do not share the same birthday. Let's bring it one more. They have a 363 out of 365 chance they do not share the same birthday out of their 2 different birthdays. We keep bringing more people in. 352 out of 355. With 23 people, 29.3% chance that no one during convert in the top of the it is 50.7%. Meaning there's a 57% chance that at least 2 people there share the same birthday. 1.3%. Do this problem with your students next week if you have 100. All right, I noticed people like challenges. This is a real life challenge that I had in April. So I was in Wisconsin and I was celebrating my friend's 33rd birthday. And all I saw were zeros, five, sevens, and nines, 4, 2. So I literally been just staring at these candles for like 10 minutes. People
This
be
is
like,
great.
why are you taking so long to be up?
It is. It's amazing.
How and if you want the next level, what is the most cost-effective way of doing it? So take 2 minutes. How do you make 33? Imagine you got many zeros, many fives, many sevens, many nines.
By 4 numbers, put 3 of them, and the fourth one upside down. So you have 6.
Not nines and maybe 6 times. Thank you for that. Fours. 4 sevens and a 5. I love K you all are. I wanted this on social media, and this is what they said. One of each, 90 minus 57. Thought that was really cool. Someone said 4 sevens and 1 5. 2 zeros and right threes on the back. 2 nines and a half crossing indicated that you're taking the square root of each of them. Get icing and right 33. Maybe you have to like it. You cut the top of the sevens and the bottom of the fives and glue them together. I love how creative how creative these all are. 5 2 9s and then take a chunk out of each of them so they look like curly. You said that? Love it. And then someone said, go through a different school problem. I love it. Real life problem solving. And this is what I actually did. So we bought 3 5s and 2 9s for my answer. I know for people like memes. By the way, I want to lower your standards by like 10% because when I think about like I don't a lot of this. So it's going to be really awkward 2 minutes if no one's laughing at you. You know. So my thought I did, we're gonna do a stage. But like it was CDM, so maybe they were laughing, but like everyone was laughing and it was a really awkward 3 minutes long. Okay. Enough. And my feelings aren't appreciated. So here's my rough explanation of parallel lines.
Yeah. Like,
Let's keep going. My lesson plan and how it went. It can be educational as well. So there's a chapter with a lot of screws. Sometimes one from both. Means of so you don't have to borrow ever again. I did this for a third to fifth grade school assembly, and I showed her. And a fourth grade teacher came up to me afterwards. She was like, "That's attraction means," and she shook her head. I was like, "Yeah, I'm in trouble. I'm not. You know, so I have to apologize to my fourth grader, right? Because it's so much easier when you're that pretty much at it. I think this would be a good step. It doesn't have some of these boxes blank. The second thing I heard of my math students, like universal math experience and memorizing formula, where would you use a picture? The common response is I'm not even in that room. And then I bring it things I like bookending my courses, and I say, where are you now? And they say, east of the room. I'm not used to the first out of the Bay Area. When the teacher says it's a 3 question quiz, that's actually 12 questions. I did that last week. When you're combining like look at the tan lines I just followed. You get good points like that. Hey, can you give me feedback on how drawing up a 50-degree angle? Looks like a 40-degree angle. Thank you for the compliment.
oh, that's good. That's good.
Standards that need to be covered, and I'm a lot of them.
Okay.
Accurate.
Baby names from music level, baby names from math level. Dare you to find a beautiful family math term. There are none. All the names would be worthy. And haunting photos taken moments before the movie. Well, we talked about this locally. One, I was sure was a math person. It is nothing's changed throughout. Yeah. So for this one, students are very into zodiac signs, and I always end with the meme of the day. That's literally the last thing I share. So I tell students, find your zodiac 10 signs and see if you're a math person. You're perfect, so I'm gonna look for it. And during the beginning of the pandemic, I said make a meme of this me or this class optional. I won't get offended. And then someone made this, Howie Hua, make it an influencer. You will be a math person. And then me now. That dude is maybe fine. And then 2 years after she had me as a teacher, she made this one for me. She emailed this 2 years after my class because I teach future elementary school. So how can we make a better marketing team for men? How can math be the aspirin? How can math be seen in a difficult way? How can math be surprising? I hope you were all surprised today with the tricks and the birthday problem. And how can I really hope that you have fun in the past 70 minutes. So I want to end with this because I don't think we get thanked enough. This is me as kindergarten, and I'm a very sensitive person, so I decided to look at my elementary school's website. Teacher was still teaching there. Oh no, it's still like tiny group targets, how to know for you were being elementary. 1987. I supervised one stations where we roll dice to grab things 10 blocks, exchange 10 ones for a 10 pence for 100, and so forth. And our goal was always to get a thousand view, but never have enough to move on a station block. But thank you so much for instilling a love of math for me very early on. I'm now a math teacher. Thank you. Oh, thank you. And it's just all Karen. And then she's circled with me, my sister, and my parents. So how big a part is teacher? So just because you don't get thanked, it took me 25 years to thank 5 kindergarten teachers. Here's my fourth grade teacher. My high school algebra teacher made me love math again. I hear that all the time. So just because you get thanked doesn't mean that you aren't appreciated. I understand a thing. Do hard things at the beginning of the course. You're at the beginning of every day. You can say these 3 lines. We are all here to build each other up. Question just mean you're curious. I can do hard things. Every single day we start with those 3 statements. So just in case you need to hear it, you can absolutely do hard things. I know I'm already over time, but I hope that throughout the day, so one thing you're going to take from each session, because that's the whole point of PVs, to take something into your platform. So I know we're already over time, so I hope you do that. I want to end with one more joke. How many teachers does it take to do a subtraction problem? One. Because it only takes one teacher to make it happen. Two, three. Thank you so much.